I think brands should think about stories first. If people first approaches is what they think about. In the world of creativity, we always let like people insights inform our ideas. But I think people first should also inform the way we execute those ideas. So if you want to be truly building for people first, to be authentic and relevant and resonate on the platform, you need to think about stories first. You need to be creating for where people are and how they're consuming content. You need to ask yourself, like, how are people using stories? How are you using stories? Because we are people too often. Brands forget the fact that they are also like personalities in the social sphere. A brand is also a consumer. A brand is also a person. There's a persona to it. So the way you communicate on organically needs to be the same as how you communicate in a paid environment. So ask yourself, like, how are your people? How are you as a brand communicating and using stories? What kind of content resonates with you, right? With your people, your community? What kind of content are people consuming? What are they engaging with? How are people capturing? How are people expressing? How are people getting creative? And how are they sharing their everyday, their moments, their stories, and their offerings and their value as well? Brands need to learn from people on how we can make our storytelling less linear, less passive. How can we sort of like leverage all the interactive tools on stories to let our idea be more visual, more inclusive, and I would say interactive. I think that's the beauty of stories first. That's how they can actually make communications, whatever they want to express, more of a dialogue, to be more involving with their community and people. That's why they should do it. Like I mentioned a lot of like how the beauty of stories, and these are all organic examples, right? Organic examples from brands who has taken to stories to use polling, to use question stickers. They understood like what the kind of content their consumer likes, and using like some of the native features to give a shout out to other businesses as well, to build a community around their business. I think it is essential for us to understand organically how people are using the kind of content that resonates in order for us to truly be creating for stories first.